Good day, folks. Good day. Good day. Hope y'all doing well. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day out there, but it's hot. Woo! It's hot out there, guys. I should have gotten up and done my recording earlier. Woo. But anyhow, guys, let's get into the video. All right. Today's video is on 11 signs that you're dealing with toxicity and manipulation. All right. And that it's time to cut ties with an individual. Okay. Again, 11 signs that you're dealing with toxicity and manipulation, and that it's time to cut ties with an individual. Okay. Now, let me start by saying this, guys. Okay. I'm not a big believer of separation. Okay. I'm not a big fan of separation. And I'm not here to preach hate in no way, shape, or form. Okay. But we need to understand that sometimes separation is necessary. Okay. Sometimes separation is required. Okay. To preserve one's peace of mind, to preserve one's sanity. Okay. So let's approach this video with that understanding. Okay. Because none of us, all right, deserve to be subjected to abuse of any sort. All right. And dealing with toxicity and manipulation, guys, is the highest form of abuse. Okay. Psychological manipulation and all of that. All right. It's the highest form of psychological abuse. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. Let's get into it, guys. Approach this with an open mind, an open heart. All right. But if you experience these signs with an individual, guys, then they indicate that you are dealing with a toxic individual, toxic manipulative individual, all right? And that it is time to cut ties with that individual to preserve your peace of mind, to preserve your sanity, all right? And to prevent yourself from further abuse and manipulation, okay? So let's get right into it, guys. The first sign, guys, is broken trust. Okay, broken trust. All right, guys, it's often difficult to build a trustworthy relationship with someone. Okay, so when you find someone that you can trust fully, we feel compelled to hold on to that individual. Okay, you feel almost like, compelled to hold on to that individual for as long as we can. Okay. And so when an individual breaks your trust, okay, when an individual breaks your trust, guys, they're basically saying they don't mind losing you. Okay. Again, when an individual breaks your trust, they're basically saying they don't mind losing you. All right. And so broken trust, guys, is a big indicator. All right. Because usually what follows that, all right, what follows that is usually more manipulation, more toxicity, and more abuse. Okay. Because they've already showed you that they don't mind losing you. Okay. And you had rapport with an individual, you had trust with an individual, and all of a sudden they broke your trust somehow, and now you don't feel safe with them anymore, right? You don't know if they're telling you the truth, you don't know if they're lying to you. They could tell you they're going to the store and you having second thoughts and all of that, guys. Now it's starting to play on your psyche, right? They could tell you, oh, I'm going to visit my family, and you having second thoughts that maybe they be with another person, or they're cheating on you, or one of those things. It's playing with your psyche now. Okay, so like I said earlier, when an individual breaks your trust, they're basically saying they don't mind losing you. Okay? Because now, after that, now, every time you interact with them, it gives you this second thought on the back of your head. Okay, now it's starting to mess with your psyche. Okay, so when an individual breaks your trust, guys, you may be able to forgive them. All right, I'm a big believer in forgiveness. All right, yes, forgive but never forget. Okay, you can forgive them, but that doesn't mean that you'll be at peace being with them, to continue dealing with them. So when an individual breaks your trust, guys, it's a big indicator, guys, that it's time to cut ties with them. Okay, because they're basically telling you they don't mind losing you. Okay, so that's point number one. All right. Sign number two usually works more in a romantic situation. Okay, but sign number two is no prioritization. Okay, no prioritization. All right. You may have been with this individual for quite some time, right? You're in a relationship with them, everything is okay. Now, all of a sudden, they start not prioritizing you anymore. Okay. Every time it's something to do with you, they come up with an excuse. They have to do something with this one or do something with that one, or they making all these excuses. Huh? They're choosing all of these other things or all of these other people over you, essentially. Okay. So no prioritization. All right. Now I would say if you're in a relationship with an individual, a romantic relationship with an individual, guys, then that should be the priority of one another. Okay. You both should be priority to each other. Okay. And your children, of course, will be priority to both of you. Okay. So when your partner all of a sudden begins not prioritizing you, start prioritizing other people or other things over you, over doing things with you, that all of a sudden every time they have to do something with you, they make an excuse about how they have to go here with that one or do this for that one. So they start not prioritizing you, guys. That's another big indicator, guys, that you're dealing with toxicity and manipulation, guys, and it's a time to cut ties with that individual. Okay? Sign number three, guys, is selective listening. Okay? Selective listening, right? Your partner or whoever this individual is may suddenly start showing signs of not actively listening to you when you speak with them. Okay? Again, they may show signs of not actively listening to you. All right? Or tuning you out when you speak to them. All right? You may have a whole conversation with them, and then tomorrow when you go bring the issue up again, they make like they don't know nothing about it. Okay? They're selectively listening. All right? Or they're tuning you out completely. Okay. Now I know in a previous video I shared about how narcissists employ selective listening. Okay, so the chances are if an individual is applying selective listening, then they're not taking you serious. Number one, all right. Number two, the chances are they're narcissists and they're selectively listening because it has nothing to do with you providing them supply. All right. So selective listening, guys. All right. Like I said, you may have a whole long conversation with them, and when you finish, or the next day, you go ask them about it, and they act like they don't know anything about it. They don't know what you're talking about. They never heard of it. Okay? So, toxic, manipulative individuals will employ selective listening. Okay? Especially when it comes to something very important to you. All right? So, that's sign number three that you're dealing with a toxic manipulative individual, and that is time to cut ties. Okay. Sign number 4, guys, is sense of obligation. Okay, guys, this is when an individual make you feel like they're with you, especially in romantic relationships. Okay, they make you feel like they're with you out of a sense of obligation. Okay, again, when an individual make you feel like they're only with you out of a sense of obligation, all right, that's a big indicator. Okay, when you're engaged in a whatever kind of ship it is, right, friendship, relationship, family ship, whatever ship it is, all right, it shouldn't be out of obligation. It should be happily and willful engagement, all right, not out of a sense of obligation. Okay, so if an individual is tolerating you, or if you feel like an individual only tolerates you out of a sense of obligation, guys, or in a romantic situation, if you feel like they're only with you out of a sense of obligation, then they truly don't love you. All right, they're just with you because of whatever, right? They don't want you to feel bad, or maybe you have a child and they don't want to leave their child, or whatever the case, right? So if they're with you, or if they're tolerating you out of a sense of obligation, guys, then it's a big indicator that you're dealing with a toxic, manipulative individual, and that is time to begin taking steps to cut ties with them. Okay, so that's number 4, guys. Sign number 5, guys, is neediness. Okay, neediness. All right, guys, this is when your partner, or whoever this individual may be, all right, when they depend on you for everything. Okay, when this individual, your partner, when they depend solely on you for everything, all right, now I'm not talking about children. Children are different, all right, but at some age they have to start picking up some responsibility, right? Now we're talking about adults, all right, grown adults, all right. I know a lot of people, especially in romantic relationships, it seems like y'all raising children. Okay, your significant other is like a child of yours almost. Okay, because of the way you take care of them. All right, you're paying the rent. You housing them. You're paying the rent and the bills. You're cooking for them. You're feeding them. You're clothing them. Probably they're driving your car around. All of those things. They need money for their pockets. They coming to you. Okay, they need to buy clothes. They coming to you. They need food. They coming to you. They need gas money for the car that you bought. They coming to you. Everything they coming to you for. All right, that's neediness, guys. All right, when an individual is depending on you for everything, guys, they're pretty much using you. Okay, now some of us, all right, may be in a bad position. Situations are fluid, and it's understandable. All right, when another person is in a bad position, we help them out. We help each other out, right? But when it starts to become an everyday thing, guys, I would say, guys, 1 month, 2 months, maximum 3 months. Okay, that you give an individual to get themselves together. All right, 1 month, I don't mind it. Okay, next month we start to fuss a little bit. 3rd month, yo, my man, yo, listen, my girl, you got to get it together or get on. Okay, that's how it should go. 1st month, okay, understandable, it's fine. 2nd month, yo, what's up? What's going on? Can I help you get on your feet somehow? 3rd month is like, yo, come on, man, you gonna get it together or you're gonna leave. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, it's that simple as that. All right, but the bottom line is when an individual appears to depend on you for everything. Okay, when an individual depends on you for their livelihood, essentially, okay, it's just a sign that you're being used. Okay, now I cannot put it any other way. All right, it's just a sign that you're being used. And the moment they find someone who treat them better than that, who give them better than what you're giving them, they're going. Okay, so when an individual is depending on you for everything, guys, it's a sign of neediness. Okay, why they cannot be on their own, why they cannot provide for themselves, why they cannot hold their end of the damn relationship, why you have to cover the whole 100. Relationship's supposed to be balanced, okay, 50-50. All right, why are you covering the entire 100? Guys, it's time to begin taking steps to get away from this individual, okay? Because they're toxic and they're manipulative and they're using you, all right? And it's only a matter of time before they encounter someone who's going to give them better than what you're giving them and what? Run off with them, okay? So that's sign number 5, guys, neediness, okay? Sign number 6, guys, is toxic cycles, okay? Toxic cycles, all right? Now, you are in some kind of relationship with an individual, all right? And they offend you, all right? This is what I mean by toxic cycles, okay? They do something to offend you, all right? And you pull them up, okay? You pull them up. You say, hey, man, or hey, young lady, or whatever the case, whoever they are, all right? You pull them up. Like, look, I don't appreciate what you did, all right? It offended me this way, that way, this way, all right? I think we should do better, all right? You pull them up like this, okay? And so they acknowledge that indeed they offended you, right? They acknowledge that indeed they did something to hurt you or they did something to offend you, okay? And so they apologize even, all right? And they assure you that it will not happen again, okay? So you guys come to an agreement and you move forward from it, all right? Here's where it becomes a toxic cycle, all right? Because some individuals only humble themselves enough to do that, to listen and hear you out and come up with that lie that it will not happen again, only so you can forget about it, all right? Give it a month, give it 2 months, give it 3 months, give it some time, guys, and they do it again. The same exact act, okay? And then you looking at it like, huh? Well, this person, you told me this will never happen again. What the heck? Right? And so they do it again. You talk about it again, right? And then what? They go through the same song and dance. Oh, it won't happen again. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then you give them some time, guys. You accept the apology. You move on. Give them time, guys, and they repeat the same act. Guys, now it's a cycle. You see it there? It's a cycle. They offend you. You pull them up. They acknowledge it. They apologize. You forgive them and move on. Give some little time between, and it comes again. All right? So now it's becoming a cycle. Toxic cycle. Okay? Let's understand this, all right? Every time that cycle comes around, guys, you're being offended, all right? They're offending you, okay? So that's a sign that they don't care about offending you, okay? They're walking all over you, essentially, okay? They don't mind offending you, okay? Because you're going to talk about it and you're going to forgive them, okay? So that's sign number 6. All right? Toxic cycles. Okay? So when you experience this, guys, it's an indicator that you're dealing with a toxic, manipulative individual, and that it's time to cut ties with them. All right? Sign number 7 is triangulation. All right? This typically happens more in romantic relationships. Okay? And this is very common in narcissistic relationships, okay? Where they're bringing another individual into the fold, okay? They bring another individual into the mix, all right? Heck, they may mess around and tell you this individual is a longtime friend of something, and then you come to find out later it's someone that they've been talking to on the side, they've been messing with on the side, all right? Guys, a relationship is supposed to be balanced, all right? There's no such thing as A, B, C relationship, all right? Talked about triangulation a while back, all right? If you encounter this, guys, when your partner suddenly brings another individual into the mix, now it could be a family member of theirs, now it's off balance. It's 2 against 1 now, okay? It could be a friend of theirs. Either way, it's off balance. It's 2 against 1 now, okay? It's supposed to be 1-on-1, all right? So when you find yourself in a triangulation situation, guys, where it's an A, B, and C situation instead of an A, B situation, guys, the advice that I gave in the previous video on triangulation, guys, turn that triangle into a straight line, okay? Have enough respect for yourself to walk away from that, all right? And turn that into an A and B situation instead of A, B, and C, all right? Because all it's going to lead to is you being hurt, all right? They might end up running off with that individual and leaving you, okay? And then you'll be hurt, okay? So when you notice that you're being triangulated or there's a third individual in the fold, guys, it's time to begin taking steps to get away from that situation, okay? Because it's supposed to be an A and B situation, not an A, B, and C situation, okay? Because chances are that third individual is influencing your situation, it's influencing your relationship somehow, all right? So turn that triangle into a straight line. Have enough respect for yourself to walk away, all right? You're dealing with a toxic, manipulative individual, and it's time to cut ties with them, okay? So that's number 7, guys, triangulation, all right? Sign number 8 is gaslighting, all right? Gaslighting, all right? Gaslighting is pretty much when when they insult your intelligence, right? When they insult your intelligence, where you know something to be true, but they psychologically manipulate you into thinking that no, that is not true, and they get you to believe something different, okay? Again, it's pretty much insulting your intelligence, right? And if you give a toxic, manipulative individual with the opportunity, guys, they will convince you into believing that the sky is not blue and that it's orange or it's black, okay? So that's gaslighting, guys, when they begin to insult your intelligence, all right? Something that you know to be true, all right? And it could be something that you catch them doing, all right? Something that you catch them doing that they're not supposed to be doing in the relationship, all right? And all of a sudden, they will go up and down and get you to believe that what you're saying is not true and that something else is the truth, okay? Pretty much insult your intelligence. Make you feel like you have some mental issue or something because you don't know what the truth really is. And they have to point out the truth to you, okay? Or they say you're overreacting or something crazy like that, all right? Knowing that they blatantly disrespected you. Right? When you call them out on it, they'll tell you you're overreacting, that you got anger issues and blah, 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 okay? Meanwhile, they blatantly disrespected you. They blatantly stepped all over you, okay? So that's gaslighting at number 8, okay? Sign number 9, guys, is what I call lost identity, okay? Lost identity, all right? This is when you're changing who you are, essentially, to be a perfect fit for them or to be a perfect match to them, okay? You're changing who you truly are to be what they like, okay? Lost identity, all right? Now, Guys, in a relationship, all right, especially in romantic relationship, guys, some level of compromise is okay, is accepted, all right? Some level of compromise is okay, right? It's expected, it's accepted, guys. But when you find yourself having to change who you truly are, huh, to fit what they like, when you find yourself changing who you truly are, all right, and picking up a whole new identity, because that's what they like, guys. That's a huge indicator, guy, that you're dealing with an evil, a toxic, manipulative individual, all right? And that it's time to cut ties, because what happens here now when you say split up with that individual, now you don't even know who the heck you are anymore, okay? Who are you now? Because you changed your whole personality, your whole identity to fit what this individual likes. Okay? And so, should they leave you, or should the two of you separate ways, now you've become somebody else all of a sudden. Okay? You're not who you are anymore. You're somebody else all of a sudden. All right? So that's why I call that lost identity, guys. All right? That's sign number 9. Sign number 10, guys, is avoidance. Okay? Sign number 10 is avoidance. All right? Guys, this is where they begin to pull disappearing acts on you. Okay? Again, guys, they begin pulling disappearing acts on you. All right? Now, sometimes they may leave you at home without even telling you where they're going or any of that. You call them, they may not even answer their phone. All right? Or sometimes you may be in the same vicinity with them, right? You may be in the home with them, in the same household with them, and they will just disappear. All right? They may run off into the bedroom or go out into the patio or run to the bathroom and shut the door. All right? You trying to have a conversation with them, you turn your back, and then they disappear. Okay? So that's avoidance, guys. All right? That's avoidance. They're essentially avoiding you. And pretty much saying you're annoying. Okay? They're pretty much saying you're annoying. All right? You're annoying them. So they're avoiding you. All right? And so they begin pulling all these disappearing acts. All right? Guys, this is an indicator that you are involved with a toxic, manipulative individual, and that it's time to cut ties with them. Okay? So that's sign number 10. All right? When they're pulling disappearing acts on you. All right? The last and final sign, guys, is blame shifting. Okay? Blame shifting occurs, guys, when an individual offends you and then you call them out, and instead of accepting responsibility for what they did to offend you, they flip the script and say you caused them to act that way. Okay? That you caused them to offend you. Okay? This is very typical in narcissistic relationships. For instance, a narcissist may cheat on you. All right? A narcissist may cheat on you, and when you catch them and call them out, they will say something like, well, if you were available for me, then I wouldn't have cheated. If you give me enough of your time, then I wouldn't have cheated. Okay? So when individuals are employing blame shifting, guys, it indicates pretty much that they're not able to take responsibility for what they do. All right? They don't take responsibility and accountability for their actions or even sometimes their words. Okay? And so they will shift the blame and end up putting it on you. Okay? And that goes hand in hand with gaslighting. All right? They'll flip the script and make it look like it's your fault why they did what they did. Okay? They cheated on you because you wasn't available for them. That's why. All right? They cheated on you because what? You didn't give them enough time. That's why. They cheated on you because you're too busy working all day. That's why. All right? So that's blame shifting. All right? Guys, this indicates that you're dealing with a toxic, manipulative individual, and that it's time to what? Begin cutting ties. Okay? Now, I wouldn't say cut ties with an individual based on just experiencing one of these, all right? But when you experience multiple of these, all right, broken trust is a huge one, all right? Because once trust is broken, guys, 99.9% of the time, it cannot be restored, okay? So broken trust is a huge one, all right? So when you have broken trust, along with other signs, guys, it's an indicator, all right? So when you experience multiple of these signs with an individual, guys, it's just a telltale sign for you to begin taking steps to separate yourself and cut ties from them, okay? Because chances are you're being manipulative and you're dealing with toxicity, all right? So let me leave it here, all right? Until next time, guys, peace, love, and more life.